Hey there, and welcome back, and Happy New Year's to you. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, your absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Just doing a little bit of a year in review, so to speak here, looking back on 2019, looking forward to 2020, seeing where we are, where we were, and where we're going. Gotta admit, in some ways, 2019 was a great year for me. Started off the year with only around 20 subscribers. I've now got close to 200, so great that way. Actually, I think last I looked, I was at 178 or 179 subscribers, which is pretty good. I'm no Nick Spaz or Slicey Dicey, but I'm getting there. So where are we going, and where am I now? As I said, in some ways, 2019 was a pretty good year for me. In other ways, it wasn't quite so good. My wife was hospitalized a number of times, so the money that I was going to use to open up my own store instead of just doing gun shows and web sales, all that money went to pay my wife's medical bills, so a little behind there, but hopefully we can recover from that. Been expanding the knives I review and sell, still not getting up into the real high-end knives, $200 plus type knives too much. I've done a few, but let's face it, most of my customers can't afford that line of knives or don't see a point in spending that sort of money. Hopefully I can start convincing some of them too, because I gotta admit there's some out there that I just love. Dan Tope has a line of knives, including the Lucky 7, that they got me drooling, man. What can I say? Good Lord, one of the Creek Don't Rise. I'll get my hands on one soon so I can show you what they're like. Bark River Knives has some excellent knives. It's just, there's a whole range of knives out there I haven't been able to review yet, because let's face it, I'm paying for each and every knife I review out of my own pocket. But we're getting there. Other nice thing is that, well, yeah, it's 6 months away maybe, but Blade Show is coming up first week in June as always. If you saw some of my videos about it last year, you understand why I'm so excited about that. I start planning about now every year for it. And hey, if I can get my subscribers up high enough, maybe I can actually do a live stream from the show and actually interview a few people. Last year I got to meet some really neat people. Just absolutely fantastic. I'd love to take you on and let you listen in as I talk to them. So maybe we can. Other thing I'm looking at doing, this is at the moment a little bit on hold because I don't quite have the money for all the knives I need. But I was chatting online with some people last year, last year, 2019, and came up with an idea of doing a experiment. Not entirely scientific, I admit, but what I was thinking I'd do is get a whole bunch of knives, different blade materials, different knife shapes, different makers, and then just put them through tests. Every day, open up 10 letters with each knife. Open up 5 boxes. Whittle on 5 pieces of wood. Cut 5 or 10 zip ties. That sort of thing. And check to see. Because people are talking about how HCR 13 MOV is not that great a knife steel, and that you need SV30 or CPM 154 or some of these other really high tech knife steels. But do you really? For everyday use, do you really need that? Is money really worth it? Well, let's find out if I can. May have to start up a Patreon page to help me fund this little experiment. That sounds like it ought to be fun. I'll make it for a boring video, just watching me cut things. So probably just start up my blog on my website again and post each month's results there, and maybe have a little bit of a video each quarter showing what it's like at the end of the year. We'll know. Some of the videos that went well this year were look back type videos where I took a knife I had viewed back in 2018, took another look at it after I had used it as an EDC knife for a while. I'm probably going to do a few more of those. At least I hope so. Spyderco Endure is one of the ones. I've been using that for a EDC knives in some places, especially since it's so thin and light. No one knows I've got it. It fits in my pocket easy. Great knife for when I'm at work, for instance. I wear scrub suits to work, and having a bulkier, heavier knife in the pocket of your scrub suit just doesn't work real well. Know what I mean? Another thing that's been suggested to me that I'd love to do is possibly once a month do a live stream. Not sure whether I'll do that here on YouTube or do it over on Facebook. If I get enough subscribers and I do it here on YouTube, there's possibility of super chats, which would be nice, but I need at least 1,000 subscribers before I can do that. And as I said, I'm only at 178, 179, so that's a little ways off. But still, just to call it a drop-in, so to speak. For those y'all aren't familiar with drop-in, basically it's a kind of informal party. You just drop in, hang out, have a few bites of something to eat, maybe a glass of wine or two or beer, and just chat for a while, and then you kind of go off. Sounds like a great format for a live stream where you can ask me questions, see if there's anything you'd like to know, anything you'd like me to do. Be a perfect place for us to find out about each other. Another thing I'm hoping I can possibly do is possibly start interviewing a few people. I've got a friend down in Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Guy runs I'm not sure what to call the company. Basically, he sells props or rents props to movie studios who are shooting movies in the Georgia area. He also makes some of them. And he is a good blacksmith and bladesmith. Matter of fact, he appeared on an episode of Forged in Fire, so may be able to figure out who I'm talking about. But I haven't talked to him, so I'm not going to mention his name. Love to be able to get him together for a video interview, though. And who knows? There's a few other people I'd love to be able to talk to. Might be able to squeeze that into 2022. Always something going on. Always something to look forward to. Well, that just gives you a little bit about us and where we're going. I hope you come along for the ride. I hope you tell all your friends about us as well. In the meantime, as always, I'm wishing you all the best, and especially here in the new year, 2020. Remember, no matter what you're going to do, however you're going to do it, or better yet, As an author I once read said, which I really loved, it may be ability that decides what you can do. It may be motivation that decides what you really do. But it's attitude that decides how well you do it. So remember, go and do something. Do it with attitude. Talk to you later. Bye now.